गोटे मुंह में आके must be the favorite. I mean, can you say it on for our viewers who love you?
जो भी उसका मतलब है वही है.
Mr. Hot, you're looking really hot today because you're wearing your kanjis and I mean, are you coming straight out of your gym?
You're fully dressed up to be a Sallu double. Ravi Shastri speaks on the face of anybody.
I can't watch a match that is like there is no outcome of it. Anybody who says that he's an Indian cricket fan and doesn't watch a single match is a fraud.
But first of all, let me clarify. You are calling me an Indian cricket fan. I will call myself a true Indian cricket follower.
Talking about IPL, you're a big Chennai Super Kings follower, and just because CSK won, and then you're saying that IPL should not be questioned and all.
They are also human beings, fine. They have all the facilities. They have all the support stuff.
Virat Kohli is going. You must be feeling emotional. I must be like I'm very emotional. One day there will be memes on you.
Those memes will either be created by you or I have to do my own. Hello, Vanakkam, good morning, Namaste, Namaskar. How are you all? Hope you all had a good start to the weekend. Cut.
अरे जीको, let me start. See, this is how you say it. हेलो नमस्कार अस्सलाम वालेकुम, स्वागत है आप सबका मिस्टर हॉट मिस्टर कूल पे, क्रिकेट के मिस्टर हॉट मिस्टर कूल द स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट पे. तो दोस्तों, वी आर बैक विद अनदर शो एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू बी एक्साइटिंग एंड समथिंग न्यू. व्हाट जीको, टेल अस यार, व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इट टुडे?
What are we going to talk about? What else is there than look back at India's performance in the T20 World Cup, and also looking ahead with Rahul Dravid as taking over as the new coach, and the way ahead. So,
and of course, Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli. I mean,
of course.
So, Mr. Hot, you're looking really hot today because you're wearing your ganjis, and I mean, are you coming straight out of your gym?
That's right. I just finished my workout. So I thought I will stay natural and not just do some makeup and come for this show.
You're taunting me exactly. Are you trying to?
You're fully dressed up to be a Sallu double for one of his future.
Let's go ahead, Jiku, with this. I mean, did you watch the match yesterday?
Of course. What else is there to do than watch Indian cricket in action?
I can't watch a match that is like there is no outcome of it, and it was a waste of time, I guess. How do you sum up this tournament?
No, see, it's okay to say India should have won comfortably and would have won comfortably against Namibia, but there have been instances in the past where I have missed India matches, and there have been some upsets, and I felt, oh no, why did I miss this? I should have watched it. No, so I didn't want that to happen. So even if there was an upset, even though that is a highly unlikely thing, I still didn't want to miss anything as far as Indian cricket action is concerned. Okay, to sum up overall,
anybody who says that he's an Indian cricket fan and doesn't watch a single match is a fraud. Basically, you're a true Indian cricket fan and a serious cricket journalist who analyzes each and every game, and people should definitely respect you for that and respect your views that comes out from your mouth. How would you sum up your results this World T20 Championship that India failed to qualify for the semi-finals? I think it was a complete burnout issue. I think we were exhausted. IPL was forced. I don't know why IPL itna kyun zaruri tha yaar. Why IPL was not necessary yaar. You can postpone the season, cancel the season. ठीक है, थोड़ा पैसा चला जाता next year. But ICC World T20, ICC tournament, we haven't won. We have been chokers. By the way, we are called chokers. We haven't won a single ICC trophies since 2013 to after 2011. I mean, we lost the recent ICC World Test Championship, hai ki nahi? So why you need an IPL? ठीक है, मतलब it's a cash-rich tournament and it helps BCCI with money and that they distribute to their shareholders like cricketers, domestic umpires and all. But when an ICC tournament is coming up, you have to be really chill. You have to concentrate on that World Cup, and I think they were burnout issues. What say? Do you agree with that?
That is okay, but first of all, let me clarify. You are calling me an Indian cricket fan. I will call myself a true Indian cricket follower. there is a lot of difference between a fan and a follower, and basically I'm a journalist, so I cannot fan.
Apologies.
No. Just to make
But
that stance.
I told you, a cricket journalist who follows each and every game.
That is
So
fine.
you should respect that also. That coming out from my
But that was preceded by that true cricket fan and all, which I have some reservations of. I was a fan before I got into journalism, so let me be very clear.
Yes, completely agree.
Okay, now, Taos, where was all this talk about why have an IPL before ICC World T20 when it was rescheduled? There was nothing about that. That time when the IPL first phase ended and there was all the questions about when will it be held, there was this only available window before the T20 World Cup. Why was nothing being talked about? We should not have an IPL before T20 World Cup, and we should be preparing seriously towards the T20 World Cup. Why was nothing being spoken about it then? Why only talk about it now, especially when India are out of the competition? Why this? They should have been very clear about it, that you should not have an IPL before an ICC event. But everything is done. Now you are looking, it is only looking at an excuse. And the burnout issue, I don't agree with the burnout. See, they are all professionals and they are paid unimaginable amount of money. So they act like they should be acting like professionals and not looking at excuses like burnout and going from one bio bubble to another. I am talking this purely because maybe if I have experienced what the players are experiencing, being in a bubble continuously for about say 6 months or no, I may have a different impression. But still, you and I are also doing our job in whatever way we can, and we are also in a sort of living in a bubble of our own, and we try to not move out of the bubble unless it is essential. And you have the option, if you are in a bubble and you don't want to be, you have the option of moving out of the bubble. Like we have seen Chris Gayle go out of the bubble during the IPL, or even recently that English umpire Michael Goff just moved out of the bubble, and so he was removed from officiating for the rest of the matches. And Michael Goff is one of the best umpires in the world currently from England. So the players, yeah, say.
I have also lived in the bubble when I was gone for this Road Safety World Series from hotel to stadium, stadium to hotel, except a few days where I was turning out, went to some amazing places. But I would like to hold you at this time, at this moment, Jiku, Mr. Hot. You're talking about IPL, you're a big Chennai Super Kings follower, and just because CSK won, and then you're saying that IPL should not be questioned and all. What is this?
I never said that. It so happened that CSK won because they ended to be a better team than the rest. I would have said the same thing if your Mumbai Indians had won, or if anybody else also won it. I never questioned it. No, I'm not saying because CSK won. Even if CSK lost, I would have said the same thing. But see, players, I know it must be difficult, but they have everything provided for, isn't it? They have their families to be with them. So where are they missing out? They are in the bubble, fine, but they are also allowed to have their families in the bubble. So they are kind of relaxed after the game or before the game and those kind of things. So tell me.
Hey, look at this. I mean, they're coming straight from ICC Test Championship, followed by England, a long England series, 3 months stay in England. It was tough. Then followed by IPL, then followed by another high pressure ICC T20 where you're playing India, Pakistan, where you're playing Pakistan. So I mean, there is too much pressure. Even though you have all the facilities, you have all kinds of physios available, masseurs available. Many things. I mean, you just live in a 5-star hotel, 3-star hotel. But at the end of the day, you're a human being. I mean, professionalism comes to a certain point, but then you're a human being. Your body gets tired. Mentally, you get tired. I mean, you're playing along, and all these people who were there in World T20, most of them were there in England too before that ICC, because you have that kind of squad. You need to have in these times. You need to have that kind of squad. So I think that was, I mean, it's the human issue, yeah. It comes once in a while, or maybe you needed fresh legs, but then you hardly had any time to regroup.
That is fine. Yeah, Taos, I agree, but they are also human beings, fine. They have all the facilities. They have all the support staff. You have the mental mental strengthening coach or whatever that is called, psychologists in the team. See, it is the players. They have chosen to be cricketers. They have chosen cricket as their profession. So it is their livelihood. Agreed. They are in a bubble. Fine. They are not able to move out of the bubble, but they have chosen cricket as a profession. You have chosen your profession. Will you move out of your profession saying this is not working for me or this is mentally tough? You take a break. Who is asking you not to take a break? The players also have that option. If you are finding it difficult to be in a bubble and go from one bubble to the other, you have the option of always taking a break, come back, recharge, refresh. So that way you are, like you say, be on fresh legs or whatever they have. And it is not that Indians are short of any talent. A second string which is ready to take on the first string and their places. Such is the talent that India has got as of now. So, or there is also the option of having, like say some of the other countries have, a separate test team, a separate limited overs team. So you are always fresh and you're also not constantly in the bubble. That is my.
Let's sum up this topic of India failing and the post-mortem. Everybody knows that it was a tough T20 World Cup. Let's come to Virat Kohli. After that, we are going to talk about Ravi Shastri. Jiku, Virat Kohli is going. You must be feeling emotional. You must be. I must be like, I'm very emotional. Virat was a good captain, but I mean, we were chokers, yeah, since 2013. Ever since Virat has not won a single ICC trophy, must be disappointing. Hey, for a
It's
player
fine.
like Virat, I think it's so Virat's career is like Sachin, a fail. I mean, he struggled as captain, or maybe struggled to win as captain because ICC Test or maybe Test. These people were amazing in Test under Virat Kohli, and Virat continues to be the Test captain. But yeah, as far as T20 is concerned, yeah, he was an ODIs. He was a failure, I guess, as captain. I mean, because the result at the end, results matters, and Virat did well as a batsman only. Right?
That is fine. It's okay. So you don't just judge purely by the results of the team under a particular captain. Of course, Virat Kohli doesn't have the ICC trophy under his name as Team India captain. But look at the way that he has changed the shape of the Indian team. In terms of, they talk about the fitness, the culture that he has brought into the team, and along with Ravi Shastri, they have certainly done something to reach this stage. And it is not the same like before. We cannot compare, say, Sachin Tendulkar as a player, and he never he did not make a good captain because he expected everybody else to be of the same, to perform of the same level that he was performing. And Virat Kohli is also in a different level, but he also gave the other members in his team their freedom or their whatever capability they could perform. He allowed them to do it, but at no point did he entertain anybody who was lacking in effort, who was not giving anything, less than 100%. Somebody like say Cheteshwar Pujara may not give as much as Virat Kohli gives, but he is equally productive, he is equally efficient, he is equally performing, and that is what this team has developed over or under Virat's captaincy. That is all. See, it's not that you just judge him by his trophies and all that, but still he has got a fair record. He has won some important tournaments. Of course, he has not won an ICC Test Championship final, but that is fine. He has at least taken the team there.
I think we should soon talk about Rohit Sharma. We won't talk about who is going to be his successor because we are playing New Zealand next. So we should talk about him, Rohit Sharma, soon because you know the best, you know about Rohit best because you have written a book on him, and we're going to talk about on that aspect as well, that what kind of a leadership will Rohit Sharma bring to the table. But let's go to Ravi Shastri, yeah, Ravi Shastri. Tell me one thing. What do you remember about Ravi Shastri, one of the best coaches as far as memes are concerned? He's a fun coach, I guess. Must be given a great farewell by team. आज party होगी.
That is okay. See, there is nothing wrong in partying after a good win or after a good series or whatever it is. There is nothing wrong. You and I also party in our own ways. But look at the team. See, Ravi Shastri is all about confidence, all about positivity, that energy that he brings to the team. I have always felt that Ravi Shastri should have led India more than just that one test match that he led India in. You remember that Hirwani test match? And he also won. He also won a ODI tournament in Sharjah, if I remember correct. So that is what Ravi Shastri is all about: confidence, his belief in his own players. Who would have expected Narendra Hirwani to take 16 wickets on his debut against the West Indies? Of course, it may have been a turning track and all that, but fine. But for Shastri to have the belief in him, and there is also this. See, Ravi Shastri is all about. That's what, like I said, no, it is all about positivity, confidence, that positive vibration that he rubs onto. No, it's like he says to care two hoots to anything, and no, he says whatever he says on the face of it, and doesn't go back on his words. This is what I also felt he was rubbing it onto onto Virat Kohli. And I also asked him when he was a commentator in one of the test matches, as we just were in the lunch dining hall in Rajkot. Just he said, I asked him, do you see yourself in Virat Kohli because of for the kind of confidence that he brings into the team? And he said, yes, that is what it is all about. No confidence. It's all about. See, as a coach, he is not going to teach you how to bat, how to hold the bat, and how to go front foot and all that. But it's more about, like they say, man management and managing individuals. And Shastri is on a different level. He can look at you, talk to any Mumbaikars and any of the Mumbai teams that he has led, like Amol Muzumdar, and the kind of Ranji Trophy that he won in just that one season that he led Mumbai in. So it's all about giving confidence to the players, believing in them, even if he's a youngster like Amol Muzumdar will always vouch for it. When he scored that under Ravi Shastri captaincy in the early 90s. So it's all about Shastri and confidence, which is probably he would have wanted to achieve more as an India captain, but he has probably definitely be getting satisfaction as a guide to this team under Virat Kohli and seeing the team through to many wins, more wins than losses.
Ravi Shastri is quite bold, and we love him for that, for his genuineness, for his straightforward attitude, and the kind of persona that he comes in with, that heavy baritone, and people love him for that. And especially for our young generation, for people like us, people who love memes, he's a god, yeah. I mean, people love to make memes of him, and I really enjoy each and every meme of Ravi Shastri. By the way, which is your favorite dialogue, favorite quote of Ravi Shastri? I'll tell you, my favorite quote was "Vote muh mein aage." What about you? Typical Ravi Shastri. What about you?
And Ravi Shastri is such a guy that he doesn't mind all these whatever memes that are being made of him, and he also has a laugh over it. So he's that kind of a guy. How many, otherwise you will normally see people being so very serious and, those kind of things going. But Shastri is very open, very, of course, like you said, he is very lovable, and you have to give him respect for whatever he has achieved. And imagine for somebody who has been on the go right from his, his test career started in the early 80s. So 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. So he's into his fifth decade of watching international cricket, being part of it, playing, commentating. He's amazing. He has done almost everything except umpiring or being a match referee. He has done almost everything that a cricketer could dream of.
I was not wrong when I said that you're a big fan and follower of Indian cricket and their players. I mean, seriously, you know everything. You know the person's characters. You follow each and every bit. Amazing. I mean, you have followed. I mean, especially the greats that they have served, especially the greats who have served Indian cricket for so long. I'm in awe of you, Jigu. And one day there will be memes on you as Mr. Hot talking about cricket in a different way, and I'm sure it's going to be fun.
Those memes will either be created by you or I have to do my own memes and circulate.
I think we had fun talking in this episode, and it's already 20 minutes. People would love to know exactly, would love to watch the whole video, and I think they have watched abhi tak dekha hoga to pura hi dekh liya hoga. So I thank all of them, and I would like people to like, at least share and subscribe this channel, and of course the Mr. Hot and Mr. Cool, because we are going to come out with some amazing discussions with my old former colleague Mr. G. Krishnan, Mr. Hot, who's also Mr. Hot, and me, Mr. Cool. I don't know why I'm trying to be cool. Am I that cool? But Mr. Hot is definitely that hot, and everybody can see that from a persona as well as the kind of guy he is. Jiku, so I would like to thank all the viewers, and Jiku, anything from your part? Soon we are going to come back with another, whenever the team comes out and the captain is appointed. Rohit Sharma, I think he's going to be the captain. One last question that I would like to ask all the viewers, that what do you think, who's going to be the captain of Indian team? The T20 team basically. तो कमेंट जरूर करिए हमारे कमेंट बॉक्स में नीचे, और लाइक और शेयर डेफिनेटली करिए. नहीं, Jiku, one last, I forgot to ask you. I said Gote Muh Mein Aage was one of my favorite quotes of Ravi Shastri. What do you think? Which is your favorite quote?
That could probably be everybody's favorite quote. No, all the way to the boundary, or races to the boundary like a tracer bullet.
No. Coach, as a coach.
As a coach, I can't recall anything offhand, but because I don't cling on to any particular phrase or any particular quote. Sorry?
Gote Muh Mein Aage must be the favorite. I mean, can you say it on for our viewers who love you?
Whatever it means.
What does it mean?
Whatever it means.
Actually, हिंदी में बोलो तो सही.
हिंदी में वही जो भी उसका मतलब है वही है.
Fine. It was nice.
See, that is what when I said, that is what Mr. Cool, when I said Ravi Shastri speaks on the face of anybody or on the face of it and doesn't withdraw his words. Jo bhi hai, speak it bindas. That kind of positive energy is what the young Indian generation wants. They may like him, they may make fun of him or whatever, but he still, I'm sure the Indian team will feel his absence.
Perfect. So for now, it's goodbye to everybody. I think we have spoken too much, and we won't waste much of your time. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. And do subscribe, do like this channel, and do share. Thank you.